Hi, I'm Kong, CEO of Jumpcut, and in 2011, I dropped out of college with one semester left to pursue a career in creating viral videos on YouTube. Over the next 5 years, I created many funny videos like this one, where I put my hand in a box and tried to guess what was inside it. Turns out it was a snake. I also created heartfelt videos like this one, where my team and I gave Christmas gifts to the homeless. I also designed some social experiments like this one, where we set up Tinder dates for my friend Sarah and then put her into a fat suit to see how her dates would react. Over those 5 years, I accumulated over 4 million subscribers and over 500 million organic views. This business generated over $2 million per year in revenue. Not bad for a college dropout. So one day I decided that in order to make my viral video skills even better, I would take a course on Adobe After Effects. This is software that allows you to create special effects on video. It helps you do things like this, and this, and this. So I'm looking for an online course that teaches After Effects, and something really strange happened. I couldn't find any that I liked. I would buy it, watch it for a bit, get bored, and then turn it off. I went through 5 different online courses and paid anywhere from $20 to $100 for each of them. Every single one was very, very boring. So this was mind-blowing to me, because these instructors are teaching people how to use a video editing program where you can literally take my hands, put a fireball on it, and then blow up a building, but somehow they got it wrong and made the course boring. And so, you know, when I, sorry, oops, I really love learning and taking on new projects, practicing new skills, even though I dropped out of college. And what I absolutely hate, though, is that when the learning is boring and uninspiring. Unfortunately, this problem continued to come up almost every single time I paid for an online course. I would be really excited to start the course, but about an hour in, I would get bored and turn it off. And this really pissed me off, because content on YouTube lives or dies based on how good it is. If you create boring content, no one watches your video, no one shares your video, and as a result, you don't make money. So it's an ecosystem where everybody is forced to make great content. Now, in the world of online education, however, that's not the case. Everybody gets away with making really terrible content. And on top of that, they make you pay for it. So if you've taken an online course before, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. So in 2016, I started a new company called Jumpcut. And I wanted to use my viral video creation experience to purge the world of boring lectures. So at Jumpcut, we create online courses that feel like movies. Imagine if online courses were directed by Steven Spielberg or J.J. Abrams. And even if you can't picture exactly what that would look like, you can be pretty damn sure that it's not going to be a lecture. So if you buy an online course right now, anywhere in the world, pretty much what you're getting is this: a dry and uninspiring instructor who talks at the camera for hours on end. If you're lucky, he might include a PowerPoint. So this is really silly to me, because we're in the year of 2018, and we have the capability of creating amazing works of art like Coco, Black Panther, Game of Thrones, but when it comes to the world of online education, for some reason, the best that we can do is this. Being in the edtech space, I'm sure many of you have heard this before: make online courses as good as movies. This is not a novel idea. People have been saying this for years, yet we're nowhere close to making it a reality. Why? Because the money isn't there. We know that making better courses will help with completion rates, it'll help with retention, it'll help to inspire students, it'll help get them to binge watch educational content in a way that they binge watch Netflix. But the economics just don't work out. So think about it. If you're lynda.com, Coursera, Pluralsight, or any of these big education companies, why would you spend $1 million on one course when you can spend that same amount of money on 100 courses? So it makes sense from their perspective. If you create one course on, let's say, data science, there's a relatively small amount of people you can reach who would want to purchase it. So it makes sense to produce, then, more courses about many topics and makes more sales that way, right? But what if there was a way to do it differently? What if there's another way of thinking about it? Instead of charging $20 per course or $50 or even $100, what if you can charge 10 times that? Now, there's a lot of ways to help finance this, but assume that everybody can afford it for the sake of this example. Would people actually pay $1,000 for a cinematic course that feels like a movie? If the answer is yes, then the economics of creating a Hollywood style or a Hollywood budget course would be justified. And this is not just a hypothetical scenario. We have actually proved this at Jumpcut. We launched our first cinematic course a little bit over a year ago. We sell it for $1,000, and this one course alone has brought in $8 million in sales and is on track to bring in an additional $12 million this year. We're expecting it will do $50 million in lifetime sales. $50 million for one course. That's more than these movies made at the box office. The Shawshank Redemption, The Big Lebowski, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Fight Club. Now, obviously, that's not a completely fair comparison, but the point still stands. People love high-quality courses just like they love high-quality movies. So at Jumpcut, we ditch the traditional lecture-style course, and instead we utilize storytelling, cinematography, and soundtracks to make each course feel like a movie. And so these are actual scenes from our courses. Our 5-year goal is to build an online school for aspiring entrepreneurs. The 10-year goal is to build an entire online business school based around the idea of cinematic courses. Our ultimate goal is to change the landscape of online education and be a catalyst in getting other ed tech companies to start valuing quality over quantity. It's what Apple did with phones, it's what Casper is doing with mattresses, and it's what Tesla is doing with electric cars, valuing quality over quantity. And at Jumpcut, we hope to do that with online education. Thank you for your time, and I love meeting cool people, so if you want to talk about education or find this interesting, shoot me an email, and let's go grab some beers. I don't know why it's not showing up, but kong@jumpcut.com, K-O-N-G.